Aloha, my name is Connie Wilson. I am an admissions counselor for the University of Hawaii at Manoa. We are hosting another one of our Warrior webinars. This week we do have a major spotlight. So today we are kind of highlighting the travel industry and the business majors. So if you saw our list or our schedule of webinar events and you're interested in any aspect of travel industry management or any aspect of business, then this webinar is for you. If you are on the fence about thinking, maybe I'm interested, maybe I'm considering others, then this still is for you. This would be a perfect time actually to get more information. How the format would be is in a little bit, I'm going to have our special guests introduce themselves and start the presentation. After the presentation, we'll have one designated Q&A time. And if you have any questions at the end or even throughout, the way that you will ask is through the Q&A tab. So if you hover where you can see, a leave meeting, if you hover your mouse around there, you'll see a Q&A with a message icon. So if you click on that, that's how you can actually ask any questions or see any answered questions. So that's how you'll be communicating through us. So feel free to ask any questions and then we'll answer them verbally at the end. Okay, so that's all I have. So I'll just hand it over to our special guest. So Chris, I think you're first. Yeah, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here. My name is Clarissa, and I am an academic advisor for students who are pursuing majors in travel industry management. I'll go ahead and, start the presentation, and then my lovely colleagues will give introductions of themselves at that time. All right, so the travel industry management major is through the Shidler College of Business. To give you an idea of the undergraduate programs that are offered through the Shidler College of Business, we have two different degree options, a Bachelor's of Science or a BS degree option and a Bachelor's of Business Administration or a BBA degree. I will be primarily discussing the Bachelor's of Science option. The difference between a BS degree and a BBA degree, just to kind of juxtapose the two, is one way to look at the BS degree is just a little bit more focused coursework, and in particular, because it's a BS degree in travel industry management, the coursework is a little bit more focused specifically into the travel industry field. And then Claire, who's the admissions advisor, will discuss the BBA degrees in more detail. The travel industry management degree is accredited through ACPHA, which is the Accreditation for Programs in Hospitality Administration. We're also one of the leading hospitality, tourism, and transportation management programs in the Asia Pacific region. We were the first school to incorporate hospitality, tourism, and transportation management into a singular program. So basically, what differentiates us from other programs is that transportation aspect, because a lot of programs throughout the country and throughout the world offer programs in hospitality or in tourism, but not a lot of programs incorporated transportation management studies into their academic curriculum. So that definitely is one thing that makes the TIM major at the Shidler College of Business a unique one. So why should you consider studying travel industry management? There are a lot of different industries in terms of career opportunities post-graduation. Hotels and resorts, I think, are what most students think of, but there are a lot of other industries as well, too. In fact, food and beverage is probably the largest component or aspect of the travel industry field. Events is another popular part of the travel industry, too, in addition to, of course, airlines and travel agencies. Some reasons you might want to consider pursuing a degree in travel industry management. Do you enjoy working with people? I would say if you enjoy working with people, the TIM degree is a good degree for you to look into, because a big part of the travel industry management degree is that you have to work with people. Do you enjoy working in a creative environment? If so, I would definitely encourage you to look into this degree as well, too. In particular, with the COVID-19 pandemic, it is requiring people within the travel industry field to be a little bit more innovative, a little bit more creative as well too. So one good example of that is we have a local company, I believe it's Gourmet Events Hawai'i, and they're primarily started off kind of doing like events, so event support, event management. And through the COVID-19 pandemic, they started doing something different, or kind of shifting some of their business into more, I believe it's called CSAs, or where, you know, they put together boxes of food and then deliver it to homes of local businesses. And so that's definitely something, you know, as we kind of go through this pandemic and then, you know, the industry starts to get a little bit back to the new normal, we definitely want and need more people in the industry who are going to be creatively focused, to take the travel industry field into a new direction. Of course, you know, I'd be remiss to not include travel as well as a big component of the travel industry field. So there are definitely a lot of different reasons to pursue a degree in travel industry management. So a BS in travel industry management, in terms of the emphasis areas of study, you can pursue either an emphasis in hospitality management or in tourism and transportation management. So basically that just means your curriculum and coursework get a little bit more focused into hospitality, tourism, or transportation. Some courses students get to take, we offer a lot of really cool sustainable tourism courses, also food services management, hotel management, revenue management. There are a lot of different really cool classes that students can take to learn more about the travel industry field. We also have a lot of ways for students to get involved as well while they pursue the Bachelor's of Science in Travel Industry Management. So we have 6 student chapters of larger parent organizations. So what that means with the student chapters in the larger parent organizations is that they have a lot of direct industry experience or connections and networking with their parent chapters, which are already industry professionals, so working professionals who get involved with clubs at their local or even national level. So there's a lot of opportunity for students to network, to gain experience. We also have an honor society to recognize students who are high achieving. And we also have our student-driven club called TIMSA, which is actually the most popular club within all the TIM student clubs, which is just another great way for students to network with their future colleagues out in the industry. I've talked a lot about networking, but student clubs are also a really good way to strengthen student resumes as well too when applying for scholarship opportunities. It's also just a really good way to get leadership experience. So travel is a part of the travel industry management major, but also management is a part of the travel industry management major too as well. So really good opportunity to just really practice some of your management skills, because that is a goal of the travel industry management degree, is to get you careers within the travel industry field and also to get you into leadership positions within the travel industry field as well too. And so the student club is a really great way to get that leadership experience, joining executive boards and practicing out your leadership skills in a safe environment, such as one that's in college, where you still have the support of your faculty advisors and also your parent chapters. So I mentioned scholarships, and we also do have an internship component as well too. So students who do pursue the BS in Travel Industry Management major are required to complete 2 internships in order to graduate. You are able to earn credit for these internships as well too, so it is built into your curriculum. We have an internship and career development director who's available to help facilitate your internship requirements, and she also teaches the course as well too for you to earn credit for your internship. So the TIM degree is a professional degree. So what that basically means is we're training you to go into a profession. So an internship is really important because what that does is help relate the theory you learn in your classes, so your academics, into the practice of going out into the field. So the internship is kind of what brings the 2 things together. It brings your academics into the practice so that you can synergize the 2. So the internship component is very important, and it's also really valuable experience. Scholarship-wise, we offer a lot of scholarships to students. We offer over $100,000 worth of scholarships to TIM major students every year. Unfortunately, we don't have too many incoming student scholarships for incoming freshmen. We do offer some incoming scholarships for transfer students. However, when you get into the TIM major, we have a lot of scholarship opportunities specifically for students who are majoring in TIM. And the nice thing about applying for these scholarships is that they are specific only to TIM majors. So the population size in terms of those students you might be competing with to earn scholarship funds is a lot smaller. So there are a lot of scholarship opportunities specifically offered through the TIM school. We also give out TIM Outstanding Student Awards as well too, which is just to recognize students for their outstanding academics and service and extracurriculars as students at the TIM school within the Shidler College of Business. And then also there are industry-sponsored scholarships outside of the TIM school that you can apply for. So for example, AHLA, which is American Hotel Lodging Association, offers scholarships. So does HLTA, which is Hawaii Lodging Tourism Association, and even Young School as well too. So we definitely encourage all of our students to look into outside scholarship opportunities offered through hospitality and tourism organizations, because they often offer scholarships specifically to students who are pursuing degrees in hospitality. So as mentioned, travel industry management, a big part of that, right? I'm sure a lot of students want to study overseas, want to study abroad. So we definitely do encourage that. We've got 3 different offices for students to be able to study abroad through Manoa International Exchange, the Study Abroad Center, and also National Student Exchange. We have partner institutions in Tokyo, Japan, Seoul, South Korea, and also Hong Kong. You can definitely study abroad and you take some courses that are going to fulfill either your general education courses or also even your major requirements. If you do plan to study abroad, we do encourage you to meet with an academic advisor early so that you can start fitting it into your academic planning, because we really want you to be able to enjoy your experience and also have your experience still help you move towards your academic requirements, and then also enrich you personally and professionally as well. So in terms of general admissions, the TIM major, it's a little bit different than the BBA major, which we'll go over next. Claire will go over that. We are considered open enrollment. So what an open enrollment admissions basically means is if you're an incoming freshman or an incoming transfer student, all you need to do is make sure that you meet UH Manoa admissions criteria, select travel industry management on your application as well. And then if you're admitted to UH Manoa, you'd be directly admitted into the travel industry management degree. Nothing else required of you. For those of you, maybe you come into UH Manoa as an exploratory student, so exploratory business, for example. And then you decide you want to change your major to TIM when you're like your sophomore year or maybe your junior year, you could definitely do that. In order to change your major, we do have a little bit more additional admissions requirements. We do require that you maintain a 2.0 cumulative GPA. You also have to submit a major application, a resume, and personal statement as well. But I do like to say, as long as you meet the cumulative GPA and your resume and personal statement, in particular your personal statement really describing why you want to pursue a degree in TIM, I would say it's safe to say you'd probably be admissible into the TIM degree. So if you are interested in it, please let us know, or please let me know. My contact information will be up on the last slide if you do have any questions and would like to contact me directly. Otherwise, thank you again for being here. And I am going to move it on to the next slide so that you can hear a little bit more about our BBA program.
All right, thanks, Clarissa. Hi, everyone. My name is Claire. I'm the undergraduate admissions advisor for the Shidler College of Business BBA programs. And then Shauna, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Shauna Pimentel-Motooka. I am the Freshman Direct Admit Program Advisor. So I'm working with the students that are coming in as freshmen to the Shidler College of Business.
Great, thanks. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go over the BBA portion of the College of Business. So our International Business Program has been consistently ranked in the nation, and this is in comparison with other universities in the US. So this also includes Harvard and the top schools. And our program in general has been ranked consistently in the top 25% of all accredited AACSB business schools. And that AACSB accreditation is the highest accreditation that business schools can obtain. Right. So our BBA portion, we offer 8 different majors ranging from accounting, entrepreneurship, finance, human resource management, international business management, management information systems, and marketing. As you can see, international business is as a double major only. And so what that means is students will need to select one of the 7 primary business majors first, and then look to add on international business as a double major slightly thereafter. So if there are more than 1 majors that you are interested in, you're more than welcome to double, triple, quadruple. If you have an incredibly big passion to want to pursue all 8 majors, you're more than welcome to do all 8 majors. So you're not limited into pursuing only one of our BBA majors. You're more than welcome to double or even triple major. And then one of the requirements to do so is just to maintain a 3.0 Manoa GPA. So when you do begin a Manoa and you think that you may want to double major within the BBA majors, just keep in mind to keep your Manoa GPA to at least that 3.0. Right, so like Tim, the BBA portion also has a lot of different student clubs, and you're more than welcome to join a student club from your freshman year. Some clubs are honors or by invitation only, and so obviously that would have to be, the requirements would have to be followed for those clubs. But for something like the accounting club, for example, they have students of all different backgrounds and class standing, so you don't need to be an accounting major to join the accounting club. And so it's a really great opportunity, as Chris mentioned, to not only network with your fellow peers, but also with business professionals. The clubs are also really active in hosting events. Usually these would be in person, but unfortunately they've had to transition to more virtual. So in the past, they've done company tours, professional interaction nights, and so forth. So it's a really great opportunity to start, one, figuring out what type of business career you might want to pursue, and then secondly, trying to get internships from that as well. Right. So as Clarissa mentioned, they have internship requirements. For the BBA degree, we do not require internships, but they're highly recommended. So our business internships can actually be taken for college credit. We have a specific internships and career development office at Shidler that is a free service that you can take advantage of. And if you graduate from Shidler, the service is lifetime for you. So once you graduate, if you find that you don't like your career or you want more support, this office is also there for you after you graduate from Shidler. So in addition to career advising, they also support resume writing and interview preparation so you can practice for your interviews. Another really cool thing that they do every semester is a career expo. And so normally what happens is they would invite about 75 to 80 companies, and we put them in our courtyard and they table, as you can see in this picture, and students can stop by, learn more about the company and even about the different internship opportunities. This semester it's transitioned to a virtual fair. So we are still having the fair, it's just in a more virtual aspect. So that's available to the current Shidler students. And of the students that do participate in an internship through Shidler, 88% of those students were placed in full-time positions 3 months after graduation, and 90% of those students within their majors. Obviously, this stat is from a year or two ago, so this is not reflective of this past spring's graduation cohort. And so these are an example of some of the top recruiters that we have that recruit from Shidler. So another interesting aspect is that some of these companies will actually hold their interviews at Shidler in our interview room. So students can stop by in between their classes to do an interview and then go on to their next class. So you don't have to physically leave the campus, go to downtown or go to their office location and then come back for your next class. You can just stop by in between your classes to do your interview and then go on to your next class. So we do offer a lot of financial support to our College of Business students. So the 2019-2020 academic year, we awarded approximately $1.2 million in scholarships to approximately almost 400 students. And a majority of these scholarships are merit-based. So another reason to try to keep that Manoa GPA about the 3.0. In addition to the scholarships, we also offer business night awards. So as Clarissa mentioned, the travel industry awards, we also award business awards. So for example, this is the outstanding student in marketing or super student in finance. So there are different awards for each major that you could try to receive. So definitely showcasing your ability in your respective major could definitely pay off. Additional scholarships include studying abroad. So I know right now is not the ideal time to go abroad, but hopefully in 2 to 3 years, when you are in college, hopefully it'll be back. So if you plan to go to Asia or Europe, we do offer stipends to help cover the cost of going abroad. So to apply for these scholarships, you'd have to be an admitted Manoa student, and then additionally, you'd have to also be admitted into the College of Business as well. Okay, so for incoming freshman, sophomore scholarships, for incoming freshmen, the Financial Aid Office on their website, they post dozens and dozens and dozens of scholarship opportunities. So this is a really great time for you to now research the different scholarship opportunities, find out how to apply so that when the time comes where you can apply, you are already prepared. So for example, if they require a certain GPA, maybe they require some type of community service hours, essays, it's something that you can already start preparing for now. That way it's not coming as a shock when you actually do apply and you're already kind of ahead of the game. Right. So as Clarissa mentioned for Tim, we heavily encourage the international experience. We offer scholarships to assist with this as well. The College of Business for the BBA programs, we also have a lot of partner schools with colleges and universities across the nation. So schools in Japan, China, Europe, Korea. We partner with their business schools, with their accredited business schools as well. So you could be in Japan or in Korea taking courses taught in English about business and then have that transfer back towards your BBA degree. So if you are interested, it's never too early to start doing some research. And so we do have 2 different offices from Manoa, excuse me, that offer studying abroad. One is the Manoa International Exchange and the other one is the UHM Study Abroad Center. And it's never too early to start looking at their admissions process and what you would need to do in order to make your study abroad hopefully happen in the future. Right. So if you are interested in pursuing one of the BBA majors, we do have some admissions requirements. So the first one is 60 credits, so that's junior level standing. And so what that means is you would spend your freshman, sophomore year completing the admission requirements as well as the majority of our general education requirements. That way when you apply to begin in your junior year, you can then focus on your business and major specific courses. So we also require 2.5 cumulative GPA and the completion of 8 pre-business core courses, all with the minimum grade of C. Okay. So the first one is the computer competency course, and then the next 7 combined courses with, again, that minimum grade of C, but the 7 courses need a combined GPA of 2.5 as well. So if you get 7 Cs, that's a 2.0 GPA. So just keep in mind for every C that you do get, you need at least a B to average to the 2.5. Okay. And some of these pre-business courses also double count with your general education requirements as well. So you're not looking to do multiple upon multiple courses. You're able to double count in this area. So we do require the English composition, calculus, public speaking, micro and macro econ, and then 2 accounting courses. Right. Something new that we have is a Master of Science program. So I know if you may not be considering a graduate program yet, but our new Master of Science in Finance, Information Systems, and Marketing is actually offered as a 4+1 or a bachelor's plus master's option. So what that means is you're admitted into the graduate program in your senior year, and you can take up to 3 courses, pay undergraduate tuition, but have those 3 courses double count between your undergraduate and graduate program. So that means at the end of your 4th year, when you graduate with your BBA degree, it would only require a year extra for you to complete that graduate program. So this is something that you don't have to decide right now, but definitely something to keep in mind if you are interested in the future. And then I'll let Shauna go over the direct admin program.
Okay, so our Freshman Direct Admit program is an opportunity for students to start their classes from their first semester at University of Hawaii at Manoa, taking these classes that are tailored for our direct admit students. And so what's nice about that is you can really help solidify what major it is that you are interested in much earlier than your average student who has to wait until junior year. We have scholarships specifically for our direct admit students as well. And so when you apply to University of Hawaii at Manoa, you're going to indicate business, and then you will be reviewed for an invitation to the direct admit program, and then also for eligibility to our scholarships for your 2 years as a direct admit student. With the coursework, we are doing a Business 200 course in your first semester. And what's great about that course is that it's an introductory course to all of the different majors. So something like management of information systems, you might not have exposure to as a high school student. And so that will kind of give you that exposure early on. So you can consider that as a possible major option. And they also work in a case study fashion. So you're going to be working with teams and building those skills in addition to your coursework. We also have a business law class the following semester, which is just for our direct admit students. And then in your sophomore year, you're going to get a jump start on those business core classes. So taking a statistics and information systems class. So that is a whole year ahead of your traditional admits into the Shidler College of Business. And then as a business student, you also have access to our advising, career services office, and any of our study abroad opportunities. I do have some students who took advantage of their study abroad this past year as a sophomore because they are planning to go again. So we can build that into your plan for your 4 years. Some other students are looking at doing multiple majors or majors outside of Shidler. And so we're building that in early to make sure that they can maximize their time with us in the College of Business. For admission to the direct admit program, we are sticking to our cumulative 3.5 GPA. And then for test scores, because the university is going test optional for the fall 2021, we will look at scores if you have them. So that would be 1,200 combined SAT or a 25 composite on the ACT. If you do not have scores, you are unable to take the test, we are requiring a personal statement. And so this personal statement is really just an opportunity for us to get to know a little bit more about you, why you're interested in business, and possibly what you plan to do with your business degree. So just to give us a little better picture of who you are and what you want to do in your future. And so how we're going to be sending that out, as I mentioned, you do need to indicate business when you apply as an incoming freshman. And then from that pool, we'll be sending out the essays to students. It'll be a link sent in an email coming from me, and then complete that form actually, and then we'll be able to review that and start sending out the invitations to the direct admit program.
Great, perfect. Thanks, Shauna. So some last things to finish up. So if you are in any early college credit or in APIB courses, the Office of Admissions does have an AP credit fact sheet. And what that does is it lists all the different AP exams, and it lists the minimum score that you need in order to receive college credit at Manoa. So this is a really great opportunity to see that, okay, if you're in AP Psych, I need a score of 3 in order to get credit for Psych 100 at Manoa. So if you're in English or Calculus, you can see what the score of 4 would give you credit for, and whether or not the score of 3 would give you any credit at all. If you are planning to, for example, continue your second language in college, you can opt to do a placement exam in the future. That way you can continue where you have left off in high school in your language, and you don't have to go back to the very beginning and try again. Or if you want to learn a whole new language, then that's also an option as well. If you are taking college courses outside of the UH system, for example, at HPU or Chaminade or anywhere else, you can also use the transfer database to see how your courses would transfer to Manoa and what you would get credit for. And then you're using those 3 resources to then use the program sheets to figure out which courses in your degree program that those courses are fulfilling. Okay, and you're also welcome to work with one of us as well to help plan that pathway as well. Right. So if you do have any questions later on, this is our contact information, our emails, and then the website on how to schedule an appointment with us. But at this time, we are all done. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the Q&A. I'll go back to the screen for a little bit so you can copy down our emails if you need. But if you do have any questions, please put them in the Q&A and we will answer them.
So I think Eric asked a question earlier, and I had messaged him saying that it would be answered in Claire's portion. So just to reiterate, yeah, as Claire said, you can double, triple, quadruple, or even all eight majors you could do if you wanted to. And then just to add on to that question, let's say that they wanted to do both travel industry management and a major in business. Would they be able to do that as well? Nice.
Yes, they could. Without going into too much detail, because there's a lot that goes with like course planning. At this time, TIM BS students and then the BBA students take different major core classes, and then also different major related courses. And so right now, basically what I'm trying to say is it might be a lot of classes, so plan early. So come see myself. If you're a DAP student, start talking to Shauna about it early, right? If you're interested in doing like a BS in TIM and a BBA degree as well. So for now, basically start planning early, regardless if it's BS in TIM or just a bunch of BBA degrees, start early.
Nice, thank you. If anyone has any other questions about the major or anything, we have all the advisors here right now, so it's a perfect time to ask any questions. So we'll give you a few minutes to type it in the Q&A. And if there's no questions, then we can end early. But I just want to make sure everyone has time to get their questions answered. So that's one of the benefits of doing a live webinar. So we'll give a little bit of time.
I saw a question asking about taking science classes while a part of the direct admit program. And so as a part of your general education requirements, you will need to take 2 sciences and 1 lab. But if you are thinking of doing a major in a science related area, you can do that. Right now, I actually have a freshman who's looking at doing something in the College of Tropical Ag combined with his business degree, focusing on sustainability. So it is definitely something that the 2 programs can kind of put everything together on your STAR GPS, which is the system that we use that's going to really map it out for you so you can see when you need to take what classes to be successful in completing both majors.
Ooh, okay. Another question, are we able to get academic advising for our courses currently, or do we need to be admitted first?
You don't have to be admitted if you're, like I mentioned, in the early college credit and you want to know how that affects you, or if you are planning to take AP courses next year and you want to see how that affects you, you're more than welcome to meet with us. If there are, for example, summer courses you want to do and you want to get a head start, you're more than welcome to meet with us. If you have any questions, yeah.
And then for Tim, Clarissa, are you able to do perspective advising?
Yes. So if you go onto our website, and then if you also go onto the admissions website on the Shidler College of Business, I believe we have our links up for you to be able to schedule appointments through Star Balance. I don't think that you need a UH account either, so you could sign up using your regular email. So if you do want to add yourself to one of our schedules, we definitely encourage you to do so. So yes, you can definitely come see us, even while you're still in high school or at the community college.
Nice, thank you. Yeah, that's a really good benefit, is being able to get advising from the colleges and the departments that you're thinking about majoring in while you're in high school. So that's a really good benefit for the students. Any other questions that we have from our other attendees? We'll give a few minutes for some other questions, and if not, we can just end a little bit early. So we'll wait a little bit.
While you're still in high school, some things that you could also look to take advantage of are joining your academy. So if your high school has like a hospitality or a business academy, that's something that you could also get involved in. I know it's a little bit difficult at this time, but participating in some type of like student club or organization, that can also be an option. Dentistry with business is going to be a little difficult because dental hygiene has a really strict curriculum. And so I would recommend meeting with dental hygiene first to get more information on their intensive curriculum, to see whether or not that's something that you want to do. Because as an option, you could do dental hygiene as a bachelor's, work in the field, and then you could also apply into like an MBA program or one of our graduate programs. If you don't want to spend 6 to 8 years doing an undergraduate in the hygiene and the business. And then another option is to do the hygiene and the business minor. Or if you're planning to actually go to dental school and not be a hygienist, you should look into the dentist admission requirements and the colleges that you would apply to for grad school for dentistry, because you would need to fit a lot of your science courses within your business major. So a resource that you could use right now is the Pre-Health Pre-Law Advising Center. They can give you a lot more information on applying to dental school, because it's actually something you should do now. So if you want to actually do the dentist, then you should be getting to the highest level chemistry, highest level calculus in high school. You should be doing chemistry, physics, biology in high school to prep you. If not, it's going to take a little bit more time once you start at Manoa, just to start in those intro biochem classes in order to complete your degree on time. But if it's the hygiene program, I would recommend meeting with the hygiene program to get an idea of their requirements first. So depending if you're going to be a dentist or the hygienist, you should just explore either or first before you, just so you have more information.
Yeah, thank you for referencing the pre-health office. I did put the link up on the chat, so if you want to go into the chat and look at that, the link is there for you. Let me just put up this last slide here for all of us. Okay, so if there's no other questions, then thank you so much for joining us for today's webinar with the major spotlight on travel industry management and business. So special thank you to our guests today. Thank you for giving your time to present. We really appreciate the collaboration. I think this gives a great benefit for the students to learn early about what they can do at Manoa, so that's really great. Thank you. And then for all of our I was going to say listeners, viewers, if you do have any questions about admissions, or if you already sent your application, you have questions about the process, anything like that, we do have our website here. We do have our email. So depending on which region you are in the United States, or even if we have any international viewers right now, we do have a counselor assigned to each region. So your email will be routed to the correct person to help you. If you do want to sign up to be in our email list to get updates about like other webinars, other virtual events, scholarships, when deadlines happen, I think all you have to do is open up your camera app and then just hover your phone around this code, and then it'll populate, and it'll pop up a digital form for you to fill out an inquiry card, and then that will put you on our mailing list. We're also on social media, so feel free to join whatever social media site you use most often. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. If you don't have any other questions, feel free to leave the meeting because that's all we have for you. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.